Hey everybody, I'm Jules Leyhe. In today's video, I'm going to help you break out of a rut that you might be in on slide guitar. This is a great way of just sort of checking in with yourself, being honest about where you are with your fretboard fluency, just kind of being able to play a melody, being able to hear something in your head before you play it. That might sound kind of crazy, but that really is sort of what ends up happening once you get really comfortable with playing slide guitar, playing music in general. Ideally, we have just so much control up here and such a connection with our instrument that whenever we make any sort of sound or play anything, play a chord or a line, we're not surprised by how it came out. So this, to me, what I'm about to share in this lesson, helps really connect everything up here with everything down here. Now, really quickly, before I go into the lesson, I want to encourage everybody to check out my Masterclass courses and my Patreon page. Both my Masterclasses and my Patreon are what support everything here and keep the lights on at my YouTube channel. I have a bunch of different courses up, including Derek Trucks. We have a Modern Blues Guitar Masterclass, Jimi Hendrix Masterclass. We have new courses coming out all the time, and my Patreon videos get added to every week. So if you guys want to join the community and help support me over here, I'd really appreciate all that. Thank you so much. Now, let's help break out of this rut that you may be in, okay? The best way that I think you can really connect with your slide guitar and, just get out of playing sort of box licks or patterns, things that are really kind of cliche and overdone, is to do things like being able to play a melody. And let me just demonstrate, and then we're going to tear this all apart. But here's what I'm talking about. Can you do this? Okay, now, happy birthday, right? I played it kind of all over the place, and great, I played all the right notes. Let's make sure that I can do that somewhere else too. Check this out. All right, so what I wanted to check there, and the whole point of this video, is can you start an idea on one part of the neck and actually be able to finish it? There are different ways of doing this. In the second way that I played Happy Birthday, it was very much out of our sort of... It was in our, 12th fret, kind of like gonna play all my Dwayne Allman, Derek Trucksy sort of licks zone. But I was still able to branch out and play melodically what I had in mind. And I played at the same, I played the same notes, but I started in a different place when I went. Right, that was starting on the open B string. And you intervallically, we want to make sure that we make all the leaps correctly and that we don't do things like... So the main difference is that I played this in different parts of the neck. The first time I did it, I started with this open B string. And I moved my way up to the 7th fret where I played a B chord, right? That leading tone, the D sharp in that B chord, is the last note, right? I could have gone, but I know that this D sharp here is the 3rd of the 5 chord, so I had a little more support with the melody there, right? So that's one advantage of being able to play it down here. Now the second time I did this, I went up here. there are different options available to you when you play these melodies in different parts of the neck. Now, if I wanted a little bit of harmony there, I could have done something like, right? You know, there's still the possibility of making more than one note sound and providing support for your melody. But I'm trying this different ways. So I just want to make sure that I'm playing all of the correct notes. That's kind of a crazy line to play on one string. If I were to play that on just the second string, the B string, we're crossing the whole string pretty much, or at least, you know, half of it, because we're going up to the octave. And then we have these wide intervals. We're playing a major triad, 5, 3, 1, all on one string. So, you know, making sure that you actually make this sound really beautiful and you play the correct notes. I'm using Happy Birthday as an example, but you should take any melody that you like, any song that you're, you know, into playing. If you've seen a video that I put out about a month ago on this channel, I'm playing Rocket Man with my full band. And that's a great example. You know, I didn't learn that from watching another slide guitar player and learn what they were doing. I listened to Elton John singing it, and I just transferred his melody onto slide guitar. So, you know, that was an exercise in exactly what I'm talking about right here. And I'm always listening for things like, what are his vocals doing? What part of this can I really copy? You know, I don't want just the right notes. I want to get things like, you know, the way that, well, I want that sort of inflection in my playing, right? So that's what this really gets you to do, is to be really conscious when you're playing. And, you know, we don't want to just tune out and stop thinking about this. An example of what I'm kind of talking about and getting at is, how many times have you heard some guitar player where all they're doing, you know, maybe they're soloing and they're just ripping, but all they're doing is they're going, and it's just this sort of like, they're not really thoughtfully playing, but they're just going, and like shredding, but it's just kind of not that, you know, I keep saying thoughtful. We have to, because of the slide, we can't just play these notes willy-nilly. We have to make sure that we're looking, that it's in tune. You know, there's a lot of just care that goes into playing this way. So I think that this exercise and this, you know, sort of as a way of breaking out of a rut, connecting to your instrument, this is like probably the best exercise I could recommend. Now, I have a 1-year-old daughter right now, and aside from her just being amazing, we've got all sorts of little kids songs and, you know, nursery rhymes and stuff playing in the house a lot of the time. So something else that I might do is do something like, you can see, you know, you can do this with absolutely any and every melody. And, you know, you get the point, right? This is the sort of thing that you do to really connect with your slide. And You can express a melody so many different ways by doing this. You know, we're not talking about blues licks here. We're talking about playing music with your slide in open E tuning. And I think that if you guys really sink your teeth into this, find some old song that you really love. It could be literally any melody, any song, you know. Play it on your slide guitar. Get this sort of thing. Try to play it in more than one place on your slide guitar. Play a song that you've definitely never heard on slide guitar on slide guitar. This is how you just take everything that you're doing now and you're going to become such a better musician, such a better slide guitar player. So I can't recommend this exercise enough. And that does it for this video today. I hope that this helps get you out of a rut with slide guitar. I know for me, whenever I feel like I'm in a rut, I kind of need something new to play, or, you know, just a melody that I haven't been working on or something. So I do this myself all the time, and I really find that it helps. It helps kind of keep that carrot dangling in front of me, so to speak. You know, I've got a new thing to work on. My skills aren't there yet. I've got to work on this thing. So I can't recommend this as an exercise, you know, enough to you guys. Let me know if you have any questions, or if something's, you know, kind of confusing, or if you've done it for a bit, maybe there's some illuminating light bulb that went on for you that I'm not even bringing up here. I'd love to hear from you guys and hear what you think about this. Again, too, if you haven't checked out the Masterclasses or Patreon, please do so. Those really do support me here at this channel, and I really appreciate you guys watching today's video. I'll catch you in the next one.